Welcome back to the next episode as I document my live sharing of my travels in Hawaii with my great friend Naya. Last episode, we talked about what not to do in Hawaii, dope places to go to, dope places to eat, and, and the many adventures that we have. So we're going to keep it rolling and, keep it pushing. So a dope place to go to in Hawaii is Genki. Genki, I believe, means good in Japanese. So Genki desu ka. Yeah, that part. And it's a chain, and one of those chains are in Hawaii. And what's really dope is that, how does it work, Naya? So basically, you sit down,
and there's like a little train that pulls up. Oh my god! When Eve was like, "Oh, we gotta go to Genki's," like it's like the Genki's is kind of like in this mall situation in Hawaii. I would say like an outdoor mall, and I was like, got all these other places to go. You want to go to the mall to eat? Like, no. But then we pull up to Genki's. And you sit down, you get like an iPad, right? And you click on what you want, sushi, rice bowls, tofu, even get like ice cream, like the one that Eve was eating. And then basically what happens is a little train pulls up and stops at your table and brings your food. It's so cute. I love it. I feel like a little kid, like what's the name of the guy who had the little train? It was like a kid show. What's the name of the show? And trains would always pull up. What's his name?
Oh, yes.
Right?
I'm about to say Bob the Builder. I'm like, that is not it.
I feel like it's Mr. Something's.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. Was it Mr. Rogers? Yeah. Yes. Oh man. But I was having a Mr. Rogers moment, and yeah, the food would pull up, and I was just like, "Oh yay, it's a train." We're like kids again.
But what I love, we went back to this place several times because I would want this particular ice cream. I used to go to school in Korea, and this samanko would be sold, at the different corner stores and whatever. And I loved eating it. So when I saw it there, I like lost my ish. I was like, I have to go back just to get this. So I was mad excited. The treats were delicious.
There's that, but also just the sushi was so fresh.
It was good. It was really good.
The fish was like really fresh. Like all sushi in Hawaii is not created equally, let me just say. But like Genki Sushi on Big Island is great.
Amazing. Tell them about that ice cream shop that I literally sat on the toilet because I didn't believe them that it was actually vegan, that you get to go to. Oh my
God. So my other favorite spot that I love to bring people to is Journey to Good Health Cafe. And I remember, this is another, you know what? Okay, here's the thing that I've learned. Just trust E when it comes to the food. Because first off, I'm like, why are we eating vegan for? Like, no, like, why? No, don't make us. Like, come on. That was the same thing with Genki's. I was like, come on, no, don't make us. But when I tell you, this vegan food is like top notch. Like, you do not miss meat because it's so flavorful and delicious. And then we had the ice cream. And when I tell you this ice cream was so creamy and delicious and made from macadamia nuts, which is pretty prevalent on the island, you were like, nah, there has to be dairy in this. This is too good. There's no way this don't have dairy. And Eve is lactose intolerant. So she's like, no, I feel it in my belly. I'm like, no, it's too good. But no, it's like vegan ice cream and it's so decadent and delicious. And no, I try to go to Journeys at least once a week now.
Yeah, and I'm very jealous about it. Like it's freaking amazing. Like the delicious, like the best food on Kona Island is native Hawaiian food and all the vegan shops. I'm just telling y'all right now, because I'm telling you, the people who own businesses there, come for me if you want to, but this is a PSA announcement to you all. You guys are banking on the beautiful views of where your restaurant lays, to be able to serve, to validate serving people very itty food, okay?
S-A-T food. Like, don't do that. Yeah, it's not okay.
Not okay.
Yeah, the vegan restaurants, they put their heart into that food. Also, the native Hawaiian restaurants, and I know who you're gonna talk about are.
Oh, it's coming, baby. It's coming. Another spot. This one is in Kona. This one is in Hilo. I found a Korean spot in Hilo, and it was absolutely delicious. This is a mandukuk, and this was like ochingo, like spicy squid dish. If you look up Korean food in Hilo, you will definitely find it'll be definitely in like the top 3. Absolutely amazing food. And the people there were so shook when I came in there speaking Korean. It was amazing. So On here, you see another person, a part of our tribe, and we're at SuperJs. So Jojo, who you're gonna see in a picture, and then Michaela attended the wedding with Naya. Yeah, and then we all just basically banded together to take over Hawaii. But when you go to Hawaii, go to SuperJs.
Go to SuperJs, meet Julie and her family. They're amazing.
Yo,
oh man, just looking at this is getting me so hungry. Dang.
Girl, look, let me tell you something. Just tell Julie, not Eve. That's it. It's a wrap. But Naya, go ahead and explain what the food is on the right.
All right. So first, okay, you see this like kind of green square. That's lau lau. So you can either get like a chicken thigh, pork, and basically it's wrapped in taro leaves and then steamed to cook. It's like seasoned and flavorful, delicious. Mm-hmm. White rice and macaroni salad are just kind of like the key staples that tend to go with a lot of Hawaiian plates. Like everything is sold as a plate. Mm-hmm. And then the salad, that's like a salmon salad. That was your favorite. So I'll let you explain that one. Because you you're like, can I get a little bit more? I'm like, oh my God. Like, why are you?
Okay, so look, my taste palette, especially as a Caribbean woman, I love to be able to have I like eating different things on my plate, right? But I also like the savory, the citrus, like things to break up the taste in your mouth. So you got the plain white rice. Their macaroni salad has a lot of pepper in it, like black pepper. So don't think of it as like the American like macaroni salad situation where it's very
creamy. Also, it doesn't have tuna. There typically isn't tuna.
Yeah, there's no tuna in it. Yes.
So for a loop.
Mm-hmm. And then like the lau lau, like Naya said, like it's cooked very, very slowly. It reminds me of being back in the Caribbean where we'll take banana leaves and wrap fish in it and cook it underground and stuff like that. Like it reminded me of that. So everything just felt very familiar. So this right here is it has salted salmon in it and tomatoes and onions. And then I myself like to just throw in a little bit of like they had like a little vinegar situation. I think that I poured in it, or like some lime juice that I poured in it because I like the acidity. That was popping. It just worked well with everything. So you're in Hawaii, go to SuperJs, okay? So next place, can't talk about.
Oh yeah. Oh, we've just been eating so good. We're eating so good. I didn't realize it until you just. Oh man. And let me just say, I haven't seen these slides until Eva's like putting them up now and just bringing back all these memories of all this food. Yes.
Go to TheCoffeeShack, and when you go, ask for my homeboy Christian to make you that honey latte, baby, with extra whipped cream. Okay, extra. But what's beautiful about this place is where it sits, the view.
Oh. And again, pictures don't do this place justice, but you pull up to the coffee shack, it literally looks like a shack on the side of the road, right? Honestly, you pass by it any day. Mm-hmm. When you pull up and then you go to the back, it's just like everything opens up. You're high enough up that you could kind of see the whole landscape. You see like mountains, you see the water all across I think we're on the west side of the island. Like, it is beautiful. And then the food, okay, they bake their own bread.
Is there anything else that you need to know?
I don't think
so.
Go
to TheCoffeeShack. TheCoffeeShack, call us. We're ambassadors too.
I don't even drink coffee. It's just their food. Like the sandwiches, the breakfast, everything is made with so much love.
Go early, y'all. And even if you do go early, go early.
Because you will have to wait.
For the shore. And again, so here in this picture, you see Jojo, Josiah, you see Michaela, you see myself, you see Naya. And again, I feel like another theme of this trip was changing pace and not purpose. Naya, any thoughts you have around that? Any way that make you feel?
I'm just like coming back to the conversations that we had at Coffee Shack. Like, we are each, at stages in our career, we're thinking about what sort of impact we want to have, right? How are we thinking about the responsibilities that we have to our families and supporting them? How are we, creating a life where our joy is centered? And sometimes that pressure can make us feel, something in my eye, but sometimes that pressure could make us feel like, oh, we have to go fast. We have to go fast to get to the next thing, to hit this next milestone, etc., especially as 30 approaches. But the focus, particularly in Hawaii, and I think what I love about this island is that it reminds you to slow down. Reconnect to what's important.
I agree, hands down, without a doubt. So I appreciated that tribe of we just met so many amazing people, and there's still so many people I haven't introduced you yet. But everyone played their purpose in getting us like to slow down. Remember, not into change pace and not purpose. Let's get into the crazy adventure of Waipi'oValley, y'all. So Waipi'oValley. So basically, when you get there, there's gonna be like a place where you can drive up your car, which is like right here. We ended up parking right in front of the lookout sign. But if you notice on this picture really closely, you see that black sand at the bottom right here where my cruiser is pointing. Okay, you see this picture right here to the right and where my finger is? So where my finger is and where the lookout is, and that black sand you see down here is where we are, okay? We trekked to get there, and it took us, I would say, 2 hours. But when you get there as well, there's a place for you to see the history of Waipi'oValley. And I think Naya was like, we're going. Shouldn't
we have to hike. There's so many great hiking trails. How are you gonna come to the big island and not hike?
Waipio is not a hike, y'all.
It's not. It
is your rite of passage. Waipi'oValley is your rite of passage. Okay, we got there and it was pretty misty by the time we got down, and there was a lot of people there drinking and having a good time. But what I want to focus on is the journey down. People, you do not know what steep is until you have trekked down Waipi'oValley. Remember, I told you
this way. You don't. Your ankles. Like, what are they doing? How is it possible to walk on such a steep surface?
It's so steep, y'all. Like, if you have a 4-wheeler situation that's brand new, a Tahoe, maybe you could do it. But Zebby, baby girl, she was like, don't even think about it. She would give up on you like 2 meters down. But we hiked down that bad boy, and we manifested for ourselves a ride back up. Okay.
Yeah, he was like, no, we're not doing this. I was like, we can. Then she's like, no. My knees are giving out. I was like, you know what? I'm manifesting a ride back up. So funny. As we got down, there was these few guys who were like hanging out with their friends or whatever, maybe a little intoxicated, we don't know, but it was very friendly. They're like, oh, where are you from? I was like, oh, I'm from New York. And I think they knew someone from New York or something that they mentioned. But anyway, it just so happened, like, as I was manifesting a ride, I was like, literally, anyone else? Right? Because, like, I don't know, there's something about their vibe that I don't know, that we weren't sure if they were trying to hit on us or whatever, right? And so literally, as we're coming back up, we're trying to manifest a ride, and guess who gives us the ride?
Exactly them. And when I tell you, three people pass us, they see me struggling. Naya's telling me, Eve, don't give up. I told Naya, leave me, please. You don't have to take me to my mother. I love her. I'm not going back up. And literally, they started to come up, and then I literally was just like,
yep, flag them down. And the road is really narrow too. Like, it's really narrow. So like one car can only pass at a time. It's not like a 2-car road, and it's steep, and it's crazy. But they ended up being really nice people too. Like, we had a great conversation. So we rode in the back of their truck with this other guy. And this sounds crazy, but no, I think what I learned from that is, like, as we manifest stuff, be open to what God sends you. You know, like, you can't don't rule people out, don't judge, because like the people ended up being fantastic. They gave us a ride.
They saved our lives.
But they saved our lives, right? It was a very steep drive. So that's something that I've learned here in Hawaii, and it's shown up in a number of other places, of like, manifest but also surrender to how you expect it to go, and let it go in the ways that it needs to.
Exactly. And I think also too, my bladder was about to let it go the way that it needs to, because when I tell you, y'all, it was steep, and we're on the back of a pickup truck, and I'm praying that the back door doesn't go open, because as we're going up, everything's sliding down, and I'm holding on the dear life to a bar up here, and Naya's having casual conversation with the man, and I'm over here praying in 5 different tongues.
Yeah, I was having fun. Eve was freaking out. She's like, no, this can't be the way I die. I was like, you're good, girl. You're good.
Like, you know what? It was great. It was a nice ride, literally. But it took us back to Zebby. I think who ended up driving? Did I have to drive back? Because my legs were shot, y'all, like shot.
I feel like I probably drove.
Yes, you did. Thank you, Lord. And then on our way back, we stopped at another place to go get some coconut water because that's what you do. And there was these cute little ducks. I don't know. I just took pictures of them eating the coconut. I just thought it was so cute. So you have nothing to prove. Naima. Naima is someone who we met in Hawaii. And it was a friend of Naya, who is known as like the Black mom of Hawaii for any Afro expats or people who are visiting Hawaii to come in and visit and learn the ways of the island and to pay like genuine respect of it. So we ended up having a great talk with her, and there was one thing that she said to me that like really hit me. She was just like, "You a Leo, aren't you?" And I didn't tell her that. I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You have nothing to prove," and that hit me. You know when people tell you something in a very low voice to make you listen, to get to your spirit. That was naive. And I think throughout that trip, I think Naya and I had many places where we realized like in a lot of ways, in a lot of things in our life, we don't have nothing to prove. We are fine just the way we are. We are enough. We are capable. We're more than capable. And we're meant to be here.
Yeah. And I'll just say like the way that I got connected with Naima was through a beautiful friend, another like goddess soul sister. Just like you got to meet my homegirl Naima. So we made the trek out to go see her, and she's a beautiful god. Like first off, she is gorgeous, so gorgeous on the inside and out. Yes. We sat to connect and talk, and she just oozes wisdom. That's the message that you got. The message that I got from Naima was, because at that time I was really contemplating. I was like, I really like it here in Hawaii. Like this is my vibe. Like should I stay? Should I go? You know? And I was just kind of stressing myself out about that decision. And she's like, you know, when we're waiting, we get to play. Like let the answers come to you, pray on it, right? Keep that intention pure and stay aligned with that vision that you want to create, but get to play while you wait. And if you end up going home, just pack your suitcase, leave it by the door. But if you're meant to be here, you will be here. And I tell you, when I got back, so I ended up going back to New York. And I left my suitcase, just like all my stuff just packed by the door. A month later, like I was back. Moved into one spot and I was like, okay, I'm manifesting a new spot, like packed my bag, left it there. So that's the thing now. I like have my bag ready. If I'm making a move, like I am packed and ready before it even happens, before I even know the next thing. So allow your actions to align with what you're manifesting to. Like, how are you showing the universe that you're ready for what's next?
Ashe. And that's exactly the point to take away from this video. I know making this video is bringing me so much joy, but I'm also aware of the fact that we're talking about us traveling in, you know, living on an island during COVID and like dealing with all the, you know, the mental repercussions of what that means. Like I shouldn't be traveling right now. This is dangerous. Like I shouldn't be, but like when I tell you like at a wit's end, you know, to the point where I realize like if I don't leave now, like I don't know what will be left of myself to be able to give to my community, to the people I care for and love. And to Naya's point, to the advice that Naima gave to Naya, you know, it's all about being ready to receive your blessings. You know what I mean? Being ready to receive your blessings, because many people want their blessings, but they're not prepared to receive them. And I think Hawaii showed Naya a piece of the blessing that was already for her, but she just needed to ensure that she kept the space and environment and resources like ready in front of her, and something so tangible as like a suitcase by the door to let her know like, okay, this is what I need to do. And that was really important. So, you know, I guess for the folks listening, like, yeah, it may be crazy to be traveling right now during a whole panini press. Do it safely. Spray people with Lysol. I have grapefruit Lysol. It smells like perfume, so it's fine. Nobody says nothing. Nice face. Don't come near me. But on a serious note and on a joyous note, really allow yourself to be open. And being open to me is about surrendering and, you know, going through a path of least resistance, right? And it's usually the thing that we don't want to focus on is exactly the path that we need to go on. So again, this is the second to last video of this series. We will see you on the next episode where we'll talk about some cool folks that we met, a few last remaining adventures, a few recommendations, and then you can tune in for more travels with myself as I actually traveled through California, Houston, then also left to go to Antigua for my birth month. We just out here in these COVID streets. So until next episode, like and share and subscribe. See you later. Bye.